Joanne, one important theme that you raised in the Civil War era and is now relevant, obviously, today to polarization is technology. And some have attributed our current polarization to a world where, as Yuval Levin argues in his recent book, people are more eager to play to their base on Twitter than to serve the institutional interests of the White House or the presidency or even of the media. Talk about the role of technology and polarization throughout history, especially beginning in the Civil War period, and what can we learn from it?
Sure. Well, the moment that I find myself thinking about very often these days is the telegraph, the rise of the telegraph as a form of technology. Before the telegraph, there was a certain amount of wiggle room in Congress that if you said something you were sorry you said, or you did something you were sorry you did, you could rush over to the newspaper office or go to the reporter and change what you said a little bit. There was wiggle room. And it was easier, I think, to keep things away from the public eye because there was a more limited number of reporters in Washington. The telegraph fundamentally changes everything. That it takes away the wiggle room. There's 45 minutes and everybody knows about something. All of a sudden, there are all of these reporters in Washington from all over the nation who can travel that far distance, stay there, and telegraph back home what it is they're seeing. So Congress and congressmen lose control of the spin. And if you think about Congress, ideally speaking, is supposed to be an ongoing conversation between the public and their representatives in one way or another. Public says what they want, representatives respond in some way, there's an election and it gets readjusted. Technology changes the conversation. And there are moments, I think, and right now we're in a social media pseudo equivalent of the technology age, when no one quite understands the absolute give and take of that form of technology, and everyone's trying to master it and manipulate it and take advantage of it. And then every now and again, something happens and you could tell that no one expected that to happen. So, if the telegraph removed wiggle room, imagine now someone, says something goofy at a private dinner and someone has their phone and tapes it and then tweets it or puts it on Facebook and the entire world hears it. That's, again, a generation of politicos and politicians who lose control of the conversation to a certain degree. And now they're doing that at hyperspeed. So we're at this moment where the conversation has changed fundamentally at a time when it's highly polarized and everyone is othering everyone else, right? I am American and I represent America, and you, as Norm put it, are evil others who cannot be dealt with. That's a dangerous time to be in this moment of hyperspeed. And then, of course, it's made worse by the fact that we have the first president who is a tweeting president. Right. And if you think back just to a couple of years ago, people kind of trying to figure out what that meant. And if something's on a tweet, how do you take it? And is it formal or is it not formal? It's kind of mind boggling. And I think we take it for granted, the degree to which a technology can fundamentally scramble the workings of democracy. And I think that's some of what we're kind of feeling our way through right now.